डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी। ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का फोर्थ पार्ट है, जिसमें क्या है कि आपको बताया गया है कि ये जैसे एक डायरेक्टिव है, तो इस डायरेक्टिव को आपको क्या है फॉलो करना है। किसको फॉलो करना है, उसके बारे में पूरा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल पूरा एक अलग से पार्ट दिया गया है कि व्हाट आर द इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट गवर्नमेंट शुड take in his mind when he makes any policy or law. So for that we have DPSP. Under DPSP, our जो constitutional visionary leaders, those who make the constitutional assembly, they put certain point and they give the direction where the country should go. And at that time, what happened? There is a lack of resources or scarcity of resources, or there was a consensus, or there was not such sufficient amount of awareness or consensus. That's why what they said, when the society will be mature, when society will be enlightened, then at that time there will be number of issues which we have to solve, and for that they gave their vision on this DPSP, Directive Principle of State Policy. And the novel, our constitutional father, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said, this is the noble principle on which our constitution is founding, and this novel document or novel provision will make sure the direction and uh, heights of our constitution as well as our India. So lot of important issues at that time which were conflicting, and there were not consensus building, we put in a DPSP. And subsequently, if you want to do politics, then one of the best way from where you can get the source and how the country should move, you just read the fundamental right and DPSP, and especially DPSP, where the core issues which were conflicting were put it, and when the society will be the mature or enlightened enough, they will discuss. If you see the present government, then what they are doing, where they are playing their most important game, then you will understand it is just Article 44, which is in our constitution in DPSP. What Article 44 says? Universal UCC, Universal Code of Conduct. So now we will start what are the DPSPs and what are the constitutional provisions which the government should always remember in their mind. So we start the introduction part, and like under if we see the fundamental duty which is constitutionally guaranteed, and they are completely justifiable, means if state violate any fundamental right, the people who is who can directly go to the Supreme Court to get a justice. But DPSP, which is in constitution, is not non-justiciable. Means if something is a violation, people directly cannot go to the Supreme Court or High Court. But whenever government should making any law, they should always remember. If we see the DPSP, then we will understand that there is a diversity of thought in our constitutional assembly at that time, which are reflected upon here, like a Gandhian principle, socialism at that point, very important, economic justice policy, administrative policy, and legal and environmental issue. Even the monument, how we should take the policy on monument, peace and security, everything is written in DPSP, which give the direction to the government. The first article, we can say that article number 26 of the constitution is about the definition of state, because because the DPSP is mostly for the state. So there in article 36, the constitution has defined the meaning of the state, what constitutes state. Article 37 talked about important thing. This part is not enforceable in any court of India. Means this is telling about, from Article 37, we can infer that this provision is not justiciable or enforced on any court if there is a certain violation. But whenever there will be the issue of governance, government at that time should always know that you have to follow or certain rules or regulation, because this is the idea what Constitutional Assembly or at the time of the independent our leader were thinking. Article 38, which take about the nature of our economic and social system. And if we see the preamble, what is there? In its preamble, our constitution gives justice, social, political, economical. And there is a concept, welfare state. If you take the economic system, then there is a capitalistic model and there is a socialistic model. So our country, when we got an independent, what we choose? We choose the base point of capitalism and the socialism, and we said that we will make our state as a welfare state. So Article 38 says about the welfare of our country's welfare state, means there will be the justice on social, economical and political sense. Means if we say the welfare state, means the core and primary objective of state will be to govern people in welfare manner. In welfare manner means, if you know that economically there will be the inequalities. So for that welfareism, we should make any such provisions and we should distribute such resources in such a manner that the last mile of the people should get that resources. Means there will be the redistribution of resources in such a manner that the poor of the poor people get the pie of that resources, the profit of that resources. In next article is what state should always follow while making the law. That is, state should follow certain principle while making any policy. There are men and women should treat equally. They should get adequate means of livelihood. If you can interfere that statement in our real life, then you can say that right to job, Manrega. What is saying that this state should make such a opportunity that every person get adequate livelihood. And another thing, what we see in Article 38, that is welfare state, means we have to redistribute the resources, and if people do not have that capacity, state is enabler. State is an enabler and he will give that facility. Next, when there will be the common goods should be publicly redistributed. Means those goods which are very common, they should be equally divided to every citizen. Next is our economic system should be such a way that there will be no concentration of wealth to any individual or any group of people or community. So here we are completely rejecting the scope of capitalism. We are telling that there should be no concentration of wealth, and if there will be the concentration of wealth, it is the government who will ensure that there should be proper distribution of resources also. That's why we have the Competition Commission of India there, who takes is there any company who is trying to monopolize the system. Next is, there should be the equal payment for men and women. Equal payment of men and women. This is written in Constitution. And then we have the act through which we Remuneration Act 1976, through which we said that if work is equal, if work is equal, then payment should be equal, whether it is men or women. Next important, when the health of women and men should be also take care, or the children's health should be also take care. It is given in our DPSP. So all those important health indicator, government should take in their mind when making any policy or law. Next, Article 39. Article 39 of DPSP says about the accessibility of the law. What happens many a times, if there are number of people, India in terms of number of people, India is one of the leading countries. but we have progressed a lot. But what is saying that number of time our judiciary system is so expensive. That's why government or constitution has written there should be a free legal aid. It was added after after amendment that there should be the equal justice to everyone and there will be a free legal aid. Means state shall ensure that the operation of the legal system promoted justice on the basis of equal opportunity and shall in particularly provide free legal aid by suitable legislation or scheme or any other way to ensure opportunity for securing justice that are not denied to the any citizens. Means government is trying, is this article is telling that those poor people who have not the ability to go the court and do not have such a money or time, there is an window which is given by the government that they will provide free legal aid. Next important article of DAPSP is organizing village panchayat. Organizing village panchayat. Article 40 village panchayat. Our mass leader Gandhiji's his vision was Rama Rajya, and he thought that the governance model in ground level should be in our governance model will be start from ground level. So we organize a village panchayat. There will be the gram sabha which will be the directly elected by the people and through which our governance system will be operate. So or this gram sabha is also called unit of self government. So our Gandhiji's vision is reflected on Article 44 and we will make a village panchayat. And through this direction, government at the time started Constitution Amendment Bill 73rd and 74th. And through constitutional provision, we made Panchayati Raj. So our founding father has gave the vision, but with the time we established the panchayat, and now India has a three-tier system in which in central government and state government, and at a local level there is local bodies. This is the inspiration from Gandhiji, and we build through our constitution. And now we have successful third-tier system, and now we will see when we will think about and read about the Panchayati Raj, how Panchayati Raj changed the whole governance model or social and political system in coming days. Next important article is right to work. Right to work, to education and to public assistance in certain cases. In certain cases there should be, what are the important provision government has made, there is within its economic limit. What we said, directive principle are put it because at the time government wanted that there should be every person should read, write and do job, but at the time there was a resources, there are limitation of resources. So what they put it that key, what is the limit of the under the limitation of government budget, it should make the provision that every person should work or educate, and through this provision we will see that at the 2005 we have created Manrega, where there is a right to job for certain people who are semi-skilled or no skill, and they are getting benefit. So government should always put in their mind. Next important provision is provision for just and human condition of worker and material relief. This is saying that at the workplace what important provision should be there. So the DPSP puts government that whenever there will be any corporate bodies which run the government, he should make just and human condition for working, means they give secure economic and human condition for their work, and maternal relief also. That's why you say that lot of the people why they want government job or PSUs, because in government job PSUs, government, the agency is a government and he has to take always abide by the constitutional DPSP, directly principle of state policy, and that's why they give lot of incentive plus lot of holidays, because we there are and provide human condition. Next important thing article is right to work. What is right to work? No, no, no. Next article, Article 43. Article 43 tells about the living wage and the workers' condition. So states shall always provide endeavor to secure by suitable legislation or economic organization or any other way all workers, agriculture, industrial or otherwise, what living wage means there should be a minimum wage. There should be a minimum wage so that the worker should ensure decent standard of life and full enjoyment of leisure and social and cultural opportunity, and in participation the state shall endeavor to promote cottage industry on individual and cooperative in rural area. This article tell about the living wages and worker condition. State should provide such a condition that whoever the worker work in that organization, they should get living wage so that their standard of life improve. Plus, they should get adequate number of time so that they can enjoy. That's why we have 8 hours rule, and then they should have social cultural opportunity. They should give social cultural opportunity also. That's why we have also made a cotton industry in a rural area where where people in a cooperative can set up their own mills and they can sell their product to rest of world. Next important article is participation of worker in management. This is social. This is one of the socialist principle. We can say that in what happened in capitalist system, the individual, the owner has all the power and right to do what he can do and make anything. But what happened in socialism, the union who also take part in a industry and make rule with the corporation, and in that sense we have also said in our constitution, this is welfare state, which is good point of socialism also. The worker can also be participate in a manager so that they undue advantage is not taken by the industrialist. So there is provision for the worker in a management and industry. Next important point is Uniform Civil Code. Our constitutional at that time was very crucial point, because at that time there is a division of one country into India and Pakistan, and at that time there was division on the basis of religion. So at that time, what we say that when time will become, when people will be aware, when society's level of understanding will stay, so at that time we will make the citizens that they will follow the same certain law and rule. That's why this article is there, Uniform Civil Code for each citizen, and for that government should always constantly work for that. It is given in our constitution, and when I always say that if you want to go in a politics, just read to DPSP, Directive Principle of State Policy. There are a number of issues where India can go. You can take that issue and start politics on that. And if you see the present government, Uniform Civil Code is one of the big issue which they are taking, which is already in our constitution, which they want to make all over India. For that we need consensus building, and once if there will be consensus building, all people can have same personal law for everybody. Now only Goa has uniform civil code, and number of states are trying to make uniform civil code for individual states. Next important article is promotion of education and economic status for the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe and weaker section. What is happening in India? In India, there is a social system is divided on the basis of Varna and caste system, and there are few castes, जो lower classes and weaker section, they are historically disadvantaged or face injustice. To get justice, then there are some special provisions is given in our constitution, and that one of the important point is that always whenever there will be the economic and education interest, government should give some important affirmative action for STs, SC and other weaker section. And what you are seeing the reservation mudda, always there is the angle on there. Next important article is of DPS is there. It said state should always should rise the level of nutrition and the standard of living by improving public health. Why? At the time when we see in 1947, what there the Britishers are exploited in such a way that we were not able to fulfill our one day meal. At that time, this article was very important because health, if you have your health is weak, then you cannot work in your full productivity. That's why there is a constitutional method through which state has given that you should always keep in mind that your citizens' health is important. That's why Article 47. Next important article is which organization of agriculture and animal husbandry. So government should organize the agriculture and animal husbandry. In 1947 there is Zamindari system where the concentration of land is on certain group which we can say Zamindari. Then Zamindari system was abolished, and then we said that we need to reorganize our agriculture and we have to impart the modern technology techniques for our agriculture as well as animal husbandry. Through this article we said that we will always try to modernize our science. Through modernization we will try to improve our productivity of animals as well as we will improve our agriculture, and that's why we did green revolution. And there is important point which always you should put in your mind, that we should improve the breeds of the cows and we should prohibit the slaughter of the cow, because cow is one of the sacred or cultural heritage of India where you should respect that, and cow slaughter is there is prohibition in cow slaughter. Next important article of DPSP is importance of forest and wildlife. This article was added during 1970s when there was environmental movement, and in the environment movement we need is started from save forest culture. So we also incorporated that important issue in our constitution, that now from any government point of view, whenever we make any law, we will always take care about the environment and we should always safeguard environment and wildlife. Next important article is about protection of monument and places have national importance. What has happened? If you want to know the history, if you want to go beyond time, you need not make any time machine, but what you should go, you should go to the temple, you should go to the pillars, you should go visit every village or important heritage place, then you will see the time will be represented there. Maurya regime, Gupta regime, everything will be there, Ajanta, Ellora. So what happened that after 47, what we said that we have to save and protect the every heritage, every monument, so that their cultural significance or historical significance will be always there. Where there is a mandir or masjid, everything we have to save that. Next important article is Article 50. Article 50 is talk about one of the important article which you should know. Last year there were a question from this article, and this articles tell about the separation of judiciary from executive. It talk about the separation of power, judicial and executive. What happens in a power sharing game? There is a vertical sharing of power and horizontal sharing of power. In vertical sharing of power, there is central government, state government, panchayat raj. In horizontal sharing of power, there is a legislative, executive, and judiciary. But in India, you know that executive and judiciary are interlinked, and executive and legislative are interlinked, and responsibility mostly lies on a parliament or legislative. So executive is responsible. Executive give accountability to the legislator, and legislator give accountability to the people by in parliament. But what is the, so there is a difference, and there is one organ is judiciary. Then there is a difference of power, division, separation of power between the legislative, executive, and judiciary, and it is given in our constitution. Means indirectly this article tells about the independence of judiciary. Judiciary will be independent from any interference from legislative or executive. Next important article is that, and this is last article of DPSP, and this is promotion of international peace and security. What is written? The state shall endeavor, what endeavor? Promotion of international peace and security. We will always try to promote peace and security to international community. Means our constitutional thinking has reached to the world level also, and we have given one specific article 51 to our constitution, that we will always try to promote peace and security and maintain just and honorable relations between other nations. We will try to live cordially with our neighbors and other nations. We foster respect for international law and treaty obligation in dealing with organized peoples within one another, and encourage settlement of international dispute by the arbitration. What is explaining? We are telling that we are respecting international organization. We will try to solve any dispute with our neighbors with the international arbitration or medium, and that all is given in our constitution, which is trying to say that our country is not only just a country, but it is also a respectable or law-abiding constitution nation, where we will also try to maintain peace with oneself and with our neighbor, and we always try to we are always ready to cooperate with the different nation for different important issue, so that we can peacefully solve that dispute and make the global world peacefully. So our constitution, we see that lot of important article. We see how our constitutional assemblies, visionaries people think about India, what should be our important article, which always in our mind while making any laws. So we have all the DPSP's article. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.